So we just spent the last 3 to 4 days making this STi paint 100% perfect, or as good as it can get for being a 2006. We were having a little issue on 2 of the doors and the trunk, and I finally figured out the issue. The compound I was using was just a little bit too rough for that factory Subaru paint, and what I ended up with was a compound thankfully we had laying around the shop. This is a Melco polishing cream. There was quite a few people suggesting other compounds, 3M compounds and a few other brands as well, but I couldn't find any locally. I had this here, and this did the trick on the factory Subaru paint. Absolutely no swirling, no haziness left in the paint whatsoever. Now that we have the paint as good as it's gonna get, it is time to apply some ceramic coat. The coating we're gonna be using today is Armor Shield 9 by Avalon King. I'll have it linked down below. I do have a discount code, Devin25, will save you $25 off of a kit. Before you ceramic coat, you need to wipe down the car with IPA, which is isopropyl alcohol. I was having a little issue with that I've never ran into before, and I think I figured out why. There is this IPA here laying around the shop. I have no clue what percentage it is. It could be 70, it could be 91, it could be 50. I believe those are the 3 different percentages of IPA that they make. When I was spraying this on the panel and trying to wipe it down, it was leaving a ton of streaking behind, which obviously we don't want on our paint before we ceramic coat it, because it'll probably be left on there after we do ceramic coat it. So I did some reading online. We actually need to dilute it down to, I believe it's around 10 to 20%. So I have no clue what percentage this is. So what we're gonna do right now is jump on the street bike. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to find 91% IPA. I'll find some distilled water, and I'll find a brand new squirt bottle. We have to dilute it down. I'll probably say around like 10 to 15%. And then we're gonna wipe down the panel again to see if that leaves any streaking left behind. This is an issue I've never ran into before, but once again, I've never been this dedicated to making paint 100% flawless. So I probably just didn't even pay attention. I sprayed it down, wiped it down, probably had some streaking, and just didn't even care. All right, so we got all the supplies we need. We got 70% isopropyl alcohol and some distilled water, as well as a few sprayers. So what we're gonna do, I'm on Avalon King site right now, and they give you all of the ratios that we need. So 8 ounces of 70% IPA in 32-ounce spray bottle, fill the rest with distilled water. This will give you a percentage of 17.5% IPA. So let's see what they actually want. Our goal is to achieve a percentage of 10 to 25%. 8 ounces of IPA, fill the rest with distilled, and we should be good to go. Hopefully that will solve our streak mark issue. So diluting the IPA down to 17% completely took care of the streak mark issue. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go through, wipe down the entire car with the diluted IPA, the diluted isopropyl alcohol, and then we can move on to ceramic coating. This car looks insane. I'm really excited to ceramic coat a little bit of the car and show you guys a side-by-side comparison of what a ceramic coat actually does. It adds a ton of gloss, a ton of shine. It's gonna protect this beautiful paint. This is a very beautiful yet very delicate paint from sun fading, from towel scratches, from wash scratches, which I know I need to wash my cars better. This car, I'm definitely going to figure out how to actually properly wash it. 2-bucket method with grit guards, with everything. Not to mention the hydrophobic effects. Like, it's so sick when you wash the car and the water just beads right off. Ceramic coating is definitely a game changer. The car right now is, of course, 100% spotless clean, but there is definitely still some residue from the compounds on the paint. So if we don't wipe it down with the IPA, the ceramic coat isn't gonna bond with the paint like it should. So it's probably not gonna last nearly as long, or maybe not, maybe it won't even last at all. I don't know, and I don't really wanna try. So we got the whole entire car wiped down. It is time to move on to ceramic coating. So we picked up 2 kits of the Armor Shield 9. 2 kits should be plenty to do this entire car. We will be doing the entire car twice, including the windows, including the headlights, the taillights. The wheels are already done, so thankfully we don't need to worry about those. And this thing should be well protected against anything that we throw at it. So here's everything included in the kit. This here is the ceramic coat itself, applicator pads, applicator sponge, microfiber towel, and gloves. A very, very simple process. All we're gonna do, grab one of these applicator pads, wrap it on the sponge, drip a few drops of the Armor Shield 9 onto the pad, horizontal and vertical motion on the panel that we are working on. Let it cure for about 2 to 3 minutes. Wipe it off with the lint-free towel they supplied. Very simple process. I think I'm gonna start on, let's go ahead and start on the fender. To make it go a little bit faster, we can coat the fender and then coat the door. And by the time we get the door coated, 2 to 3 minutes later, we can go ahead and wipe off the excess ceramic coat on the fender. As soon as that's wiped off, that'll probably be 2 to 3 minutes. We can do the door. So we can technically do like 2 panels at once. I wouldn't really recommend doing any more than that because you don't want to get carried away, let it completely harden all the way on the paint, and then you not be able to wipe off the excess coating. All right, so we got the fender coated. I'm not sure if you can tell on camera, but it'll slowly start turning into like a rainbow. You'll see like rainbow colors coming through. That means it is drying. So 2 to 3 minutes later, we can wipe off all the excess coating and move on to the next panel. So we just got this fender completed. Looks absolutely awesome. Every panel on the car is gonna be that same exact process, including the glass, including the headlights and taillights and whatnot. Let's go ahead and get this thing coated and we can pull her outside and see how good she looks. So we got the car pretty much all the way done. There are a few panels that we did not coat, and I don't know if I can coat them yet. That includes everything that we sprayed. So the hood, front bumper, rear bumper, and the wing, and a side skirt. So we have not coated those yet. I keep hearing mixed answers on whether or not you can coat them this close to painting them. It's only been 3 weeks since we painted everything. So I'm gonna go do some more research. I wanna make a few phone calls. If the majority of people say go ahead and coat it, we'll coat it. If the majority of people say don't coat it, we'll wait another week or two to coat those panels. All right, so the general consensus is that I can go ahead and coat it. A lot of people are saying wait about 30 days. It's been like 25 days, I believe, since we sprayed the panels. So people are saying just go ahead and coat it, be done with it, you're good to go, don't worry about it. So that is what we're gonna do. I'm sure there's gonna be some people down below that don't agree with that, and that's okay. I really don't know what would happen. Let's say if we were to have an issue with ceramic coating the fresh paint, what the issues would actually be. I'm not exactly sure on it, but I'm gonna go ahead and coat everything that I didn't coat, and we should be all finished up with this ceramic coating process. The amount of shine and like depth and gloss that this car has is absolutely insane. I definitely surprised myself with this detail, or I should say Jared and I definitely surprised myself with this detail, with how good it turned out. Without a doubt, the nicest paint out of all my cars, by far, by a long shot. We have only done one single coat so far, and we waited about 2 hours. It's 2 hours later right now, and we're gonna go ahead and slap down the second coat. Avalon King recommends to wait about an hour in between coats, an hour or more in between coats to let the first coat harden or cure enough to apply the second coat. So, been about 2 hours. Let's just start on the passenger fender, work our way around the car, and we'll be all finished up. Damn, it looks good. So we just got the second coat on the entire car. Now from here, you usually want to wait around 2 days before you get any sort of water on it. It's got to completely harden, completely cure. I'm literally just going to leave the car sitting in the shop. I'm not going to drive it at all. Just in case it starts raining, we will have to go through and strip everything that we just did off. I'm still amazed at how good this car turned out. Ceramic coating is definitely a long process. I would say a full day. You definitely want to give yourself a full day if you're gonna do 2 coats on the entire car. If you guys want to pick up this exact ceramic coat we used, I will link it down below. Devin 25 will save you $25 off of one of these kits. That is about the last of the detailing videos. There are a few finishing touches that we need to do on like some plastic trim. We definitely do need to get some window tint as well. So Elko, I'm coming for you here soon. Within the next few days, we should be able to get all of this crap cleaned up, and that's really gonna add a ton to the car. I hope you guys enjoyed this little series. I definitely had a ton of fun and stress while doing this, but I cannot ask for a better result. This is probably the best a car will ever look while I own it, so take a good look at it. From here, we're probably gonna get some scratches and rock chips and whatnot. It'll definitely be fun to look back on this video and see how nice we made this car. Peace out, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.